Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Are you guys having a good Monday? Happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic beginning to your week already. I'm having a really, really good beginning to my week. I'm just really tired. I'm starting to crash a little bit. You know when you can kind of feel it? Like you just go and go and go, and then you like you're like, okay, I'm starting to crash a little bit. I'm starting to crash a little bit. And in fact, I just made my very first cup of coffee for the day. So here's my mug for the day. And it is the IHOP buttery pancakes coffee. And so it's got to cool down a little bit. You can see it's like the steam is still coming off of it. I literally just made it and brought it in here. And it's late. I'm getting started on this vlog late. It is currently 7:31 p.m. Alex just went upstairs. He was down here while I was posting all of my videos. And then he had told me, he said, you know, I can just go upstairs whenever you want me to so you can vlog. I was gonna vlog outside today, but now that I'm getting started late, the front porch is dark and it's actually, it's warmer today than it was yesterday, but it's like, it feels chilly outside. So let's actually look at the temperature. Let's see what the temperature is today. You know, I don't even think that I've looked at the temperature or the weather or anything today. I've been like going since I got up today. Yeah, it's 50 degrees right now, but it feels a lot colder than that. It feels, what does it say on here that it feels like? It says it feels like 46. It feels like it's in the 30s. It's cold outside today. It's chilly. So yeah, so I'm filming inside because I got started so late and it's like completely almost dark. I can see, I have the light on the front porch and I can see the little shadow of the light inside. So it's already dark outside. I will give you a little update on the feeding of the animals out front. So I put another corn on the cob below the tree last night and no animals came and ate it. I know, I was devastated. I was devastated when I went out there this morning and I was like, what's going on? I like got up and I came downstairs. I literally got up, made the bed. I like trimmed my beard, washed my face, brushed my teeth. Oh, I came downstairs to get this t-shirt from the basement. And so I was like, I'm gonna go check outside really quick. And so I went outside almost specifically for the fact that, oh, I know why I went outside. Okay, so this is the first landscaping of the spring, I guess, that they're doing. They mowed our lawns today. And why did I feel like they do it on Mondays? Why do I feel like, I guess they did. Anyway, why do I feel like they switched the days? Did it used to be Tuesdays? Why do I think it was Tuesdays? Anyway, the guy was blowing the leaves all up and down the walk. And so I was like, are they just working right around here? So I was kind of like going out there to see where they were working. But anyway, so I went outside and I was like, oh, I'm gonna look and see if my corn on the cob is still underneath the tree. I was almost certain, I would have put money down, that corn on the cob would have been gone and it was still there laying underneath the tree. I was so sad. I was so sad. Okay, so here are the names that I've gone with so far, okay? The bunny, which I just want to say, I appreciate all your suggestions for the names of the animals. The bunny, a couple people were like, I think you should just keep on calling her Lady Bunny. I think that's funny. So I'm going to call her Lady Bunny. The Lady Bunny. I'm going to call her the Lady Bunny. And then the two geese are Gertrude and Gary Geese. We'll just keep on naming them. The squirrel couple that lives in the tree, and my pool crew ladies, like her tree in her yard, what should I name them? I'll let you guys name them. What should I name them? I don't know. Wilma and Fred. Maybe I should call, I won't remember any of that. Oh, I was like keeping a list, wasn't I? Oh, Lady Bunny. Okay. We will call them, because it's like, so the tree is like this, and then there's like this branch that was probably like this thick that went off, and they must have trimmed the branch. So like there's a part of the tree that sticks out like this far, and then they sit on that little part right there. So it is kind of like a cave a little bit, like the Flintstones. I mean, not really, but we're gonna say it so. So I'm gonna name the squirrels Wilma and Fred. Those squirrels, not my squirrels. Those are the pool. That's the pool crew lady and her husband, who he goes to the pool quite a bit too. Squirrel, pool crew. This is what my life has become. Naming animals in my yard. Okay. Wilma and Fred. Okay. So we've got them. So what have I done so far? Before I get so disconnected that I don't even know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I get in these vlogs and it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the time and temperature check. We've already done that. I did the coffee. I've got the candle sitting right here. Let's do the candle. And then I can go back in time and tell you guys what I did last night and today. And then we can just pontificate about the world. And we can talk about all the things going on. Or we can just talk about funny stories or stories that remind us of better days. Okay, let's go in here and look at this candle that I was sent from Australia. So if you didn't see, I did a PO unboxing and I was sent this beautiful candle all the way from Australia. It's made in Australia. The candle is from the Glass House Fragrances by it's called Sacred Hollow, Smoked Oud, and Noble Resins. And on the back here it says, once upon a time in the wild woods at night, you felt your way among the pine cones and cypress. You followed smoke and frankincense to a hollow lit by fireflies and blinking eyes. They told you, here's where everything can happen, and you can't wait to go back again. Made in Australia by Glass House Fragrances. This candle is beautiful, you guys. If you didn't see it before, on my other channel. So it even has instructions for trimming the wick in here. Okay. This is this candle. I don't know if you can really see it. I don't know if I shine the light. You can see there's like deer on it. Are those moose or are those deer? There's deer. It's like I can smell it all from here. Oh, it smells so good. It smells kind of like if you were walking down like a cobblestone street in a thunderstorm and it was like right before all the stores were gonna close and you saw this, like, I don't know, in some like, you know, oceanside town, and you saw this bookstore that had like rare mysteries in it, and you saw like the woman and she was like closing down the store and you like ran in from the rainstorm. This is what the store, and there was like a fireplace. This is what it's, you know, like there's like a black cat in there or something, you know. That's what this smells like, this candle. I can smell it from here. I mean, ooh, let's open it. Yep, that's what it smells like. Oh, it does. It smells so good. It kind of reminds me of that Conner Prairie settlement that I went to when I was a little kid, a little bit. Oh, this is really nice. So it's a double wick candle. And then inside here it says on the box to like where it tells you like how to trim the wicks and stuff like that. But I already know because I'm a wick trimming expert at this point. Or at least I think I am. I usually do not keep I trimmed it. Maybe I need to trim it a little bit shorter. I usually do not keep, making a mess already. Okay, I usually do not keep the lids, but this one's glass, and I think I'm gonna keep it. In case I wanna like, just have it sitting out on the table, then it'll look nice. Let me put the trimmed wicks in the box. The box is so pretty too. You know what, I actually wanna look up that brand here in a second. You know, for years and years and years, I used those. We still have them in the drawer over there. We used the long candle lighters. And I like them for like candles that like are, you know, deep inside and you have to like, or for like fireplaces and stuff like that, which we haven't lit the fireplace in years because I haven't got it fixed yet. But these that you get at the gas station, I love these little lighters so much. Okay, so this is, oh, it burns really pretty too. Look at that. So pretty. What is this brand? Is it Glass House? Is that what I said? I want to look this company up really quick. Glass House Fragrances. Let's look and see what other fragrances they have. Glass House Fragrances. Oh, they have all kinds of them. Oh my gosh. Some of them are not just glass, like, well, they're all glass, but they're like, some of them have like these beautiful, I mean, this is beautiful, but they have like colorful ones. Oh, they have a Glass House Fragrances US. Okay, let's go in here and see. A little chapstick. Their newest fragrance is called Velvet Rhapsody. They have Forever Florence. Okay, let's look in here. Candles. View all candles. What size is this? Because it has like different ounces sizes. Probably the biggest. They have 2.1 ounce candles. 13.4, 26.8. Let's look at those and see what they are. Okay, well, these are just plain and say they have the Hamptons, Lost in Amalfi, Kyoto, in Bloom. They're very pretty. They're just white with a glass case on them. Does it say how much they are? Let's look and see how Lost in Amalfi, how much it is. $100? Oh my God. What an incredible gift this was. Are these the same candles? What are the accessories that they have? Oh, they have wick trimmers? They have gold wick trimmers that you can get. This has to be the same company, right? The candles look a little bit different, so I'm not sure if this is it. Bestsellers. Oh yeah, here. Like Wisdom of the Snake. $60. These are really nice. Oh yeah, these are the ones. With no love for straight lines, no head or tail, and no end in sight, the serpent spirit zigzags and sidewinds, mesmerizing. This was, what a wonderful gift. Oh my God. This candle is so pretty. I don't think this one is on this website. I don't see it on here. They actually don't have a lot of candles on here. They have like diffusers. They have smaller candles. They have a lot of diffusers. Is that perfume? Hand wash. What a nice gift. Well, thank you so much. I saved the card for who sent this to me, and the card is in the kitchen. So I will go and get the card in the kitchen when if the camera takes a break, so that, because like in my head I'm like, I have the cards sitting out for like different things, like books that people send me and things like that, and like the candles. So I have the card sitting out on I should have brought the card. I didn't even think about it. Anyway, to the person that sent this to me all the way from Australia, this is a beautifully amazing gift. Thank you so much. I will get the card. Hopefully I'll remember to and thank you. If I don't, then I will remember. I'll leave this candle out here and I'll remember to do it tomorrow. But thank you so much. Okay, so let's get into, let me have a sip of my coffee first. I can already smell this candle burning. Yeah, this is amazing. What an amazing candle. Okay, so yesterday, I'm trying to think. What was yesterday? Sunday? Did my walk, got comfy, took a shower, all that kind of stuff. Oh, I know. So Alex and I listened to some more of my audiobook. I probably will be finishing, well, it depends, because Nikki last night, I was so into Paradise, the show Paradise on TV, that I was like, can we just like wait another night and do puzzles? She's like, yeah, that's totally fine. So, we did not do puzzles last night because I was going to listen to my audiobook while we did puzzles. I did listen to my audiobook while I walked, but I also listened to some music too, and I didn't like walk tons last night. What was I going to say? Oh, so Alex was down here watching TV, and I was like, I was sitting on the couch with my iPad, and he was sitting here watching Suits on TV. And I don't know what time it was, but it was like after 9, because I was like trying to figure out, am I going to lay down and take a little bit of a nap and finish Paradise? I can't remember which episode I was on. I think it was on like, I don't even know. But I was like, okay, if I lay down now, that I can get up not too late, and then I can, like, you know, at that point I was still planning on maybe doing puzzles. And so I said to him, I said, are you wanting to watch Atlanta and White Lotus tonight, or could you wait till tomorrow night? He was like, are you not wanting to watch it tonight? I said, I don't care, we can watch it tonight, but if we're going to watch it tonight, I want to watch it right now, because then I want to take a nap. If not, he goes, well, I'm kind of into Suits right now. And I said, would you prefer us to wait till tomorrow? He goes, do you want to? I said, we can. He goes, let's just wait till tomorrow. So we're going to wait till tonight. So tonight we're going to watch White Lotus and The Real Housewives of Atlanta and get caught up on that tonight. So last night, he is like so into Suits. He like came right home from work today, changed into his, he's so cute. He's like, he came right home and changed his comfy pajamas and like came down here and started watching Suits. He's like so into it. I think he said he has something like 2 seasons left to watch or something. But anyway, it was funny because I was watching it and I was like, I I said, I'm not a huge Royals fan, like the British Royals. I just could care less about it, honestly. But I was watching it, and I was like, when I was sitting on the couch, and I go, that girl looks exactly like Meghan Markle. And he goes, that is Meghan Markle. I go, that's Meghan Markle? He goes, yeah, that's Meghan Markle. I said, she was in a TV show? I didn't know that. He's like, yeah, I said, was that before or after she became whatever, princess or whatever? And he goes, he goes, I'm almost positive it was before. I go, well, I can't imagine she was princess, which we should look this up, because I don't know that much about Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle. I thought that was funny, though. I was like, Meghan Markle is 43 years old? I would never have guessed. I thought she was in her 30s. She looks fantastic. Okay. I don't know anything about her. Let's see. There's all these articles written about her. I don't know anything about what's going on with her. What is this? Was she in Suits? Let's look this up. Meghan Markle Suits. She sure was in Suits. Oh, there's a bunch of drama about it going on. Meghan Markle's curtsy in Suits scene surfaces online after Netflix backlash. Right on top of why Great British Bake Offs. I don't care about any of this stuff. Duchess of Sussex isn't surprised by resurgence of Suits. Suits actor gave brutal response when asked why Meghan Markle didn't join what? Cast at reunion. I don't understand any of this. I know somebody will let me know. I don't care anything about Meghan Markle. I really don't. What year? Okay, so she was in Suits, but she was in Suits before she married Prince Harry. Okay, anyway, I don't really know anything about her. So anyway, he was watching. So like, anyway, I said that to him last night. I said, I said, that looks just like Meghan Markle. And he goes, that is Meghan Markle. So anyway, so we talked about it for a second. I was like, so she was in the show before. That's what I was going to look up. I don't care enough to look it up. Anyway, so I ended up finishing that episode of Paradise that I was watching. I don't remember what episode it was. I think it was like, it's 8 episodes. I think it was like the 4th episode, because I was like, then when I get up, I'll have 4 to watch. Maybe it was the 5th episode. I think it was the 5th episode. I must have watched some the night before, too, and then went to bed. That must have been what happened. So, okay, yeah, because Friday night, I watched like 15 minutes of it, and then I stopped, and I was going to save it. I'm like getting all my days confused. Then Saturday, I think I watched the first 4. And so last night when we were sitting down here when I was trying to decide whether I was going to take my nap or not, I was watching the 5th one. And then I was like, after the 5th, so I would have had 6, 7, 8 when I got up. Yeah, that's what happened. Because when I got up, I actually posted on my new reality. So for those of you that don't know, I have a new Instagram. It's called Peter Watches. I have my old Instagram too, but I have my new one that's called Peter Watches TV. It's just all, like, I post on there every night, like the shows I'm watching. A lot of you are like sending me recommendations and what you think about these shows and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. But anyway, so I post on there. This weekend I kind of forgot a little bit, but I've been trying to post over there like every night, like when I'm watching a show or when I get to, like RuPaul's Drag Race, I'll put like got caught up and stuff like that. So if you want to know what I'm watching in real time, you can go over there. You can see it. If I like share stories of like when new shows are coming out and things like that. So anyway, so yeah, so I finished the 5th episode, and then I went upstairs and I took a nap, and he was watching Suits. He finished that episode, and then he came upstairs, and then he started an episode of Suits, but then maybe it was later than that. No, he watched another episode of Suits, and then like he finished that one, and then he came upstairs, and he watched an episode of Suits, and then he went to bed, because he went to bed really early last night. And then I got up, and it wasn't too late when I got up. I can't remember. It was like early enough when I woke up that I was like, I'm going to sleep for a little bit longer. I just had such a great nap last night. So I got up. I'm like in my head, like, what did I do? Tanya and I talked for a long time. Nikki and I talked for a while. I talked to some other people for a while. I talked on the phone for quite a bit, actually. I remember at one point I got so cold because I was sitting outside and Alex was sleeping. And I was like laughing and stuff. And I think that's when I was talking to Tanya. And I said, I got to go inside, but I got to talk real low. That happened with Tanya and Nikki, because I was talking to Nikki, and then I said, I gotta go inside because it's so cold, my ears are cold. And I went inside, and I had this, like, so this is the Bernie Sanders coat that I, like, never show in a video, but it's, like, the coat that I wear. It's, like, this old Ugg coat that I have. Tanya calls it my Bernie Sanders coat, because she thinks it looks like the coat that Bernie Sanders wore in that picture where he's sitting in that chair. It's, like, the ugliest coat in the entire world. But it's so warm. This is hood on it. I've had it for years. It was my very first Ugg coat that I ever got. See, it has a little Ugg thing on it. It's so comfortable. So I just, like, slip it off and on, like, when I run outside to, like, talk on the phone so I don't wake Alex up or disturb his TV or anything. So anyway, that candle smells so good. It's so unbelievable. It smells so good. So anyway, I was, like, outside. Anyway, it was so cold. I came inside, and then I lit all the candles. And at that point, I was like, I'm just going to watch this show, and I'm going to finish the show, because I was like, I don't want to go to bed super late, because I knew I wanted to get up today, and I wanted to film some videos. But I really didn't know how many videos. I wanted to film videos on all my channels. I was like, I'm going to film videos on all my channels today. But I was like, that probably won't happen. I'll probably wake up late and then, you know, whatever. And I actually did get, like, started right away when I got up today filming videos. But anyway, so last night I sat down. I was doing laundry. So I was like, on the first episode 6, I was like going downstairs folding laundry, coming back. I lit all the candles. And I was so relaxed and so comfy. And so I watched episode 6. And then I watched episode... I'm actually staring at it right now. My Peter watches TV because I just put my reaction up to it today. And then I watched episode 7. Now, I don't want to... I'm not going to ruin it for anybody because I will tell you this. So, when I got done with episode 1, I did not know what the whole show was about. And I'm not going to tell you what it's about because you got to watch it yourself. But I really had no idea what the show was. I mean, I knew it was like this. I thought it was like a political thriller. And so I didn't really know what it was. This candle smells so good. It's like a spicy, like, coffee. I don't even, like, almost kind of like, but with like a fire burning in the background. It's like multiple scents are coming at me at the same time. It's fantastic. The glow is so pretty in this canister, I think. So I didn't really know anything about it. I kind of like to go into shows when I don't really know a whole lot about it, in all honesty. I like, especially true crime, I like to go into. Although tonight, people like on my Peter Watches TV channel when I cover, like, true crime. So I'm thinking about watching the Manson one tonight. It's only like an hour and a half. I'm also going to go in and watch... So after they did The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, they did like a spin-off show. And it's like... I don't know how many... I think all the episodes are out now. It's just called The Curious Case. I think the first one is Bam Margera or whatever. I don't know anything about him. I haven't watched... I know people did drama videos about him, but I don't know anything about him. The Curious Case, new Max miniseries. Oh, I did know this. Somebody told me this the other day. There's one about Jodie Hildebrandt on here. That was part of the Ruby Frankie thing. Okay. So, season... Where are all the episodes? Why isn't it not pulling it up? Okay. Episode guide. It's not opening the episode guide. Why isn't it pulling up? Okay, let's look. Will Wikipedia have them all listed? Probably not. Oh, it does. Okay, so the first one is, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Bam Margera. The second one, I never did finish that Sin City Gigolos thing either, so that's another one I want to watch. But tomorrow I'll have Atlanta to cover. White Lotus, I'm going to wait till the whole season's out to cover it. Then the second one is The Girl Who Died Twice. So the first one is legal battle wages between YouTuber and lawyer BJ Corville, an entrepreneur. Okay, I heard he was like real problematic, this Bam Margera. I don't know anything about that. Struggles with his sobriety. I don't know anything about him or his sobriety, but I wish him the best. Then number 2 is The Girl Who Died Twice. A woman claims to be Mary Louise Day more than 20 years after her disappearance. The third one is The Orphan Imposter. Why did I feel like I watched a whole documentary about that one? The fourth one is The Funeral Home of Horrors. Sorry. John and Carrie Halford, owners of the Return to Natural Funeral Home in Penrose, Colorado, are charged with The 5th one is about Jody Hildebrandt, and the 6th one is about the Doomsday Cat Cult, which is interesting because that's the first one that they used, like, this Doomsday Cat Cult. That's what they used to, like, in the premiere for it. So I'm going to watch those as well as the Charles Manson one and all that. But anyway, so if you're watching Paradise, okay, I went into it thinking, like, it's just a thriller about this guy that's like, it's like a political thriller, which I like him. I mean, it was that good. The first 45 minutes, 40 minutes anyway, it was that good anyway, that I would have been like, I mean, it was that good that I was like, oh, this is really good. Like, I'm going to keep watching it. But then at the end of the first episode, there is a complete twist to it. If you're going to watch it, don't look up what the twist is. I'm just going to tell you, allow yourself to be surprised. When I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this like changes everything about the show. Like, it changes everything about the show. I mean, it's a major twist. And it was funny because Nikki and her husband started watching it, so she was like 2 episodes ahead of me. And so when I finished it, I texted her and I said, maybe that's when I talked to her, I don't remember. No, I would have finished that the night before. So I said, oh my God, I finally, and she's like, I was waiting for you to like get to that part. So last night, I watched the last couple episodes of Paradise. It is incredible. The 7th episode, I don't want to tell you, I mean, if you've watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's 8 episodes, so it's the second to the last episode. So it's a conclusive series. Like, you could watch this season and you never watch any of it, but it also kind of ends on a cliffhanger, like more to come, and it has already been renewed for season 2, and they're already like in production for season 2. So the season 2 will probably be out. I mean, I think they're going to try to rush it and get it out, but I mean, if you base it on when this one came out, it'll probably be the end of the year, beginning of next year is probably when Paradise 2 will come out. It is so good. I mean, it is really that good. I understand the hype now that everybody's talking about. And this is the thing. When you watch shows and they have these like, you know, like these trick twists in it that like, it's like they just do it to like get people like, oh my God, everybody's talking about this. This show, like every episode outdoes the last. The 7th episode was, I mean, it is like television on the level of like what movies, blockbuster movies were 15 years ago. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, this show is that good. The acting is good. James Marsden, I talked about it actually in my review today because he was in that show Jury Duty. I think I talked about this yesterday. He's really good as the president in there. All the people, the whole cast is really good. But every episode there's twists in every episode. It's not just gimmicky. I mean, it works for the show. The show is fantastically written. I mean, it's so well written. Was it based on a book? I don't even know. Was Paradise Hulu based on if it was based on a book, I would love to read it on a book. Maybe I'll get the books and read it if it was. No, it wasn't though. Literally, what does it say? Okay, original series. The Hulu series Paradise is a new original creation, not an adaptation of a novel. The creator is Dan Fogelman, who's also executive producer, wrote the series. Literary Easter eggs. Well, not based on a book. The show does feature some literary Easter eggs, including a reference to Roald Dahl's James and the Giant Peach. But it's not like it's hidden. It talks in here about the reference. Other Easter eggs. The show also contains other literary... Well, first of all, and I didn't say this in my review today, the music is unbelievable. So they reference a lot of like 80s and 90s music, well, late 80s music, like glam rock music. Like I have in my head right now, every rose has its thorn. But they play like the original version, and then they play like an instrumental kind of like soft version. And then his son sings a version of it in the show as well. But then at certain scenes, they play the Phil Collins song, you know, just another day in paradise. Oh, you know that song? They play so many like old songs. It's really, the music's good, the cast is good. It's just such a great show. It's such a great show. And it's like crazy, the whole concept behind the show. Like when you're watching it, it's like, what am I watching? Like this is crazy to me. So I don't know, oh, this candle smells so good. I don't know what I am going to, watch tonight. I have no idea. Well, tonight, oh, you know what I have to watch tonight? I have all my shows to get caught up on because I didn't watch them last night because I watched Paradise. So tonight, Alex and I are going to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we're going to watch, I haven't started Dark Winds either. We're going to watch White Lotus, And then I also have to watch Elsbeth, Matlock, Found, and what's the other one? I have them all on here because I redid my list last night and put last week next to it. Elsbeth, Matlock, Found, Murder on the Friday Night Lights. So I have those 4 episodes. So that's probably what I'll watch tonight. And also read and listen. So I'm very excited about that. It's going to be a good night. Okay, the camera stopped. But I went in the kitchen. What is going on with the lighting on this camera? It's the darker setting, but now everything is yellow. I'm wondering if I didn't hit the setting again, because the setting looks completely different than how it did yesterday. Do I need to turn up? The lighting today is bad. It's all yellow behind her. It's not white lighting. That must be what the setting does. Anyway, I went in the kitchen to look at the note to see who sent me the candle, and it was Annie. And I just want to say, Dreamboat Annie, thank you so much. I love this candle. This was unbelievable. This was such a nice gift. I don't know if Annie watches my vlog, but Annie, if you watch my vlog and you're watching this, this was beautiful. I love this so much. Oh, it smells so good. Love it. A little bit of Australia with me right here. Love it. And I love that when it like goes down, you can see the little deer and stuff like that. I don't know if you can see this, but you can see the deer more like, can you see? Right there, there's a little deer. Here is a better, you can see over here because it's not. The deer. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what I'm gonna watch tonight and then read a little bit. So to do my walk and all that kind of stuff. And I would really like to finish the James Patterson book tonight. We'll see. I might have to finish it tomorrow. I'm doing good on my reading though, so far this month and this year. I feel like a sneeze is coming on. Is the sneeze coming on? Thank you. I know some of you out there said, bless you. Thank you. Let's look at my Goodreads, shall we? Because I'm very excited about my Goodreads. So my Goodreads so far this year. Okay, let's look at my Goodreads. Hold on. Come on. Goodreads, like, it's so slow. Oh my God, when I was at the doctor's office and that woman was pulling up those romance novels, I go, look at you pulling up Goodreads. And she goes, I love Goodreads. I go, I love Goodreads too. So right now, I am currently, my books that I am reading, let's see all. The Big Bad Wolf by Alex Cross. I don't ever do, if you look at my, follow me on Goodreads, I don't ever do updates on like where I'm at in the book. I'm reading The Big Bad Wolf by Alex Cross. It's book number 9. Late Migrations, A Natural History of Love and Loss by Margaret Wrinkle. Crash Diets by Jill McCorkle. I actually have not read that in a while. And then The Angel Experiment. I haven't read that in a while either. You know what I don't have on there though? Well, I feel like I have 2 books that I don't have on there. No, what's the graphic novel that I'm reading? It's Where's the Body is what it's called. I need to add that to that. Where's the Body? Is that what it's called? Here it is. Ed Brubaker. When did it come out, I wonder? I'm like halfway through it. Came out in January, it came out almost a year ago. January 16th, 2024. Here, we'll add this to my currently reading list. But let's look and see how many books, I think it's 24 or 25 that I've read for the year. I'm at 25 books and my goal is 112 books. I'm at 22% of my goal. So my goal is to read 10 books a month. So by that time, then like in December, I can really read whatever I want. I'd already met my goal. So right now, I'm halfway through the month of March. I'm literally halfway through the month of March, and I'm halfway through the book. So I'll finish these books. Well, I didn't finish Maximum Ride. There's no reason. So Where the Body Is, Big Bad Wolf, Late Migrations. I don't know if I'll finish the Late Migrations. It's kind of a slow read. It's slower to me than Comfort of Crows. And Crash Diet, I don't know if I'll finish either. I'll have to really get into that. But Maximum Ride and The Big Bad Wolf and Where the Body Is, I'll finish. And then I'm also going to read Tweak because that's my recovery book for March. That's 4 books. So that'll take me to 29. And then I'm sure I'll listen to another audiobook. So that'll be 30. So yeah, so I'll meet my goal. And if I do finish those other books, then that'll be more. So I might be ahead of my goal. But what's crazy when you look at this is past challenges and goals. So last year I read 47 and I'm already at 25. I'm already halfway to where I was last year. So yeah, 2023, 28, 2022 I read 14, and most of them I read before the accident, because after the accident I just was really stuck. I couldn't read. 2021 was 110. 2020 was 100. 2019 was 40, 47, 68, 54. So my goal is to read the most books this year that I've read before. And I think I'm almost positive I'll be able to do it. I'm having so much fun reading. The thing is, like, reading the physical copy books, like, I could just sit in the chair and just, like, read for 3 hours. I kind of forgot how much I miss reading. I mean, I love listening to audiobooks. I always will. But I love listening to audiobooks when I walk or when I'm doing something. Sitting here reading in the chair is just so relaxing to me that, I mean, like, reading Life as We Knew It, I, like, loved reading that so much. So I can't wait to get in the rest of that series and all that. And then also, The Edge of Collapse series by Kyla Stone. I can't wait till those come. You know, those books might have come. There's some packages out on the front porch, and there were some packages I know in the mailbox. But I thought they were my wax melts, and I haven't looked in a while. And Alex comes in through the garage, so I haven't gotten them yet. So my new books might be here. Which means that I could start The Edge of Collapse and... Has it been long enough yet? I didn't even look at my emails today to even see. Has it been... I bet it's been long enough. I think it said 5 to 12 days. Could say 7, I don't know. But I bet it's... Now I'm going to get wishful thinking and the books aren't going to be out there. So anyway, I wonder. But there's like a couple packages out there because like the cameras still keep on going off whenever they like deliver something up there. But anyway, so I'll get those after this. I should have just like, I didn't think about that on the break. I should have got it and then I could have just opened them. But why open them when you can always, you know, like save it for a haul video or, you know, like on BookTube or whatever. So tonight I'm going to listen to a little audiobook. I got to get these shows caught up because if I don't, then I'm like a week behind on my shows and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to get caught up with Matlock Elsbeth. I mean, here's the thing, like Murder on the Friday Night Lights. I know this is so silly. I love Murder on the Friday Night Lights. I love true crime. So I'm excited about watching that. Found, I'm kind of over this season. I mean, I'm now watching to see if they're going to do something different. I'm just kind of ready for Found to be over for the season. I will watch it, but I need a break from it for a little bit. You know, like when, I wouldn't even call it a best friend, but you know, like when you're growing up and you like play with your friend a lot. I've used this analogy for so many different things, but it fits for this. You know, like when you're growing up and your mom's like, you guys need a break. You've played together too many days in the summer. And you're like, Mom, you know, like, okay. Like, I feel like I need a break from Found, like, to kind of, like, fall in love with it again and get excited about it coming out, which I probably will when it comes out the next season. But I'm kind of over it right now. Elsbeth, I love every episode of Elsbeth. Matlock, it just makes me so nervous to watch every episode of it. I love it. I love the background stories and stuff. But whenever, like, if you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like whenever she gets a text from her grandson or her husband and it has something to do with, like, the background story, or, like, she's, like, you know, sneaking around and going to people's offices and stuff, it always makes me so nervous. I don't like watching it. Like, it makes me, it's not even like watching a thriller. Because you know at some point she's going to get caught. Like, that's the thing. You know she is. So, by the way, I will say this. On Paradise, okay, I gotta be careful how I say this. The last episode did not turn out the way that I thought it would. I thought it was gonna turn out completely different. And I love that. When I think a show's gonna, like, I'm already, like, in my head thinking this is what's gonna happen and then it happens. I love when a show, like, it doesn't do that. Like, something else completely happens. So that's tonight. And then tomorrow, I say I don't want to sleep in, but I will. So today I ended up filming videos on all my channels. So tomorrow I may film like 2 or 3 videos in my vlog, but I also might wait and film my vlog later, like after we come out. It's supposed to be like, I think it's supposed to be like 70 tomorrow. Let's look and see. It's supposed to be back up, 60 or 70 tomorrow. It's supposed to be warm again tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to be 72. So we have marriage counseling tomorrow night at 6. And then I got to talk to Tanya. She wasn't sure if she was going to be able to go to the meeting tomorrow night. And then I said to her, well, if you don't want to go to the meeting, like, would you want to do dinner or something? She goes, well, I've got a lot of stuff going on. So she's like, I don't even know if I can do something Tuesday night. So I got to call her and see tonight. She'll either be like, yeah, let's go. Or she'll be like, yeah, I'll have to let you know late afternoon. Sometimes, like, she won't be able to let me know until like 3 or 4. What I have been doing was just getting ready and then saying, like, let me know between 6 and 7. Like, just text me and then I'll have Alex bring me by afterwards. But, yeah, usually she lets me know the night before if she can do it. But it just kind of depends on, like, you know, if somebody calls in sick to the kennel or something like that, then she has to go in and work. And, hello, Tanya Jean. How are you doing?
Hi, baby cakes. How are you?
I'm good. I'm vlogging right now. I was just talking about you as you called. That's so crazy. So now,
Vloggerini, ringy.
I was calling to see if we're doing the meeting tomorrow night.
Yeah, either that or we can get a pedicure, whatever you're up for.
Going to a meeting or getting a pedicure?
Yeah. Take your pick.
Take your pick. Okay, well let me get done with my vlog and then I'll call you back, okay?
Alright, love you.
Love you too, bye.
Alright, bye, babe.
That was so funny that when I was talking about her, she called. So like we had said that the other night because I said if you don't want to go, I think I said this last night or the night before. I said if you don't want to go to the meeting on Tuesday night, I said if you want to do a different meeting, we can do a different meeting later in the week and we can do dinner or something like that. So and I did say to her, I do need to get a pedicure. Caroline and I were gonna maybe go on Wednesday, but if Tanya wants to go tomorrow night, maybe I'll have her drop me off and we'll do pedicures tomorrow and then do a meeting later in the week. Tanya and I have not, Tanya and I used to go and get pedicures like once every 3 weeks. We would go get fountain pops and then we would like go get pedicures and we would read the magazines next to each other and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe we'll do that instead. So we'll see. Anyway, well now I know she wants to do something, so that's exciting. So tomorrow night, I have therapy. Then Alex will drop me off at Tanya Jean's and then Tanya and I will either go get pedicures and then, I don't know, go to the grocery store or run around or whatever, or we'll go to a meeting. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow night. But we're going to do something. I'm excited to see her, so that'll be fun. It's nice to get out of the house. Like, we were at, I don't know if I said this on here or if I was just telling somebody, but, like, we were at brunch on Sunday. I mean, I leave the house so very, like, I was going to say very often, so very rarely, that when I'm out, like, it's nice to be out. I don't love to be out for long periods of time. I don't really know how to explain it, and I don't really know where it stems from. I've actually talked to my therapist about it, but I have like about a 3-hour max. Well, unless we're like with Alex's family or with like Caroline, like at her house or something like that. If I'm at somebody's house, I can stay for a long period of time. I feel very comfortable. But just like out running errands and stuff like that, like at some point I'm kind of ready to come home. And like Caroline can tell with me. She'll be like, I'll start winding down and she'll say, you're like ready to get home, aren't you? And I'll be like, yeah. I just don't like to be away from home too much. I don't know what it is. But we were at brunch yesterday. Why does it feel like brunch yesterday was so far away? It seems like it was like years ago. But we were at brunch yesterday and I said to Alex, we were getting towards the end, and I was like, I just want to sit here for a little bit. It's so nice just to be out of the house sometimes, I mean, even just like going to the front porch, walking down the street, even taking a walk doesn't feel like I'm really leaving the house. Candle smells so good. When I did all that, I just like wafted it. Was that the word? Wafted it up here. Taking a walk is leaving the house, but it doesn't feel like it. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel the same as like going out and leaving the house, if that makes sense. I mean, it is. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like, it doesn't feel like you're going somewhere. I don't know if that makes sense. So, well, that'll be fun. So we'll see what we're going to do and make plans for that. Yeah. Last time I got a pedicure, I went with Caroline. And I think that was before we were both going to Mexico. So cheers to maybe a pedicure, maybe a little dinner or something. That'll be fun. So today, so then after I finished Paradise last night, it was late, but it wasn't like late for me. It was like 3:30 or 4 or something like that, which isn't late for me. I was like, I want to watch a little bit. I think it was like 4. And I was like, 5 o'clock for me. One of these nights last week, it was one of the nights that I said I stayed up super late. And then that next night, after I got done vlogging, and I said Alex was like, you came to bed like really early last night. Do you not remember that? I was like, I don't remember that. He's like, yeah, because I said something to you. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting my days confused. And he was like, yeah, you came to bed early, like 4:30. I came to bed like 4:30 or 5. Like 5 for me, like this is going to sound so crazy. 5 for me is kind of early. Like I usually like aim at like, okay, I'm going to go up to bed at 6. Do you know, it's interesting because I did this Q&A recently. And like, obviously I don't get to all the questions. And so like afterwards, I kind of like looked through some of the questions. And somebody said, one of the questions they said was like, what's one way that you were impacted? I feel like one thing up is too bright, one thing down is too low. But they said, what was one way that you were impacted by the lockdown that, like, that's not severe, but you don't really think of it? One of the ways is my sleep schedule. My sleep schedule has always been bonkers. It always has been bonkers. But with the lockdown, you know, I think I was just at that point filming like a couple videos. I, you know, vlogged from the driveway and stuff like that. But I would like stay up, honest to God, really super late, watch shows. I mean, I'd sleep in, Alex would sleep in. Our sleep schedule was so screwed up. And I think that's kind of, to be honest with you, part of what I liked about it was, you know, that Boo and Tucker were here and we would just like be at the house all day long. And so it was like, I mean, Alex was here for months on end and it felt very safe. And so I don't know, I just felt very safe. And so there was nowhere to go and nothing to do. I feel like the beginning of To Kill a Mockingbird. I think that's one of the lines at the beginning. But it felt like, you know, there was nowhere to go and nothing to do. And so it was like, there's no, like time just kind of stopped having meaning to some degree. Do you see where if I put it up like that high, it feels too bright, but if I put it down that low, it looks too low? I'm gonna leave that on that. But anyway, I think that's one thing that has stuck with me throughout it. It's like, since like, you know, past lockdown, is that my sleep schedule is still like, I mean, I was always like, take naps, stay up really, really late, things like that. But it's like on an extreme level now. Like 6 a.m. is like, I mean, let's just be for real. I can even admit that that's like ridiculous. But that's kind of what my sleep schedule is, you know? And so like today, so I got done with Paradise last night and I was like, I don't want to go to bed yet. I don't know what time it was, 4 or 4:30, something like that. And so I was like, I want to watch, and I looked up something to watch. Oh, I know. So RuPaul's Drag Race had their 1000th live show at the Flamingo, wherever the show is. We saw that show. Alex and I went and saw that show a couple years ago in Las Vegas. So I was like, I'm going to watch this. It's an hour and a half. I started watching it. It's cheesy. I was like, it's like I don't know. It's not like a lip sync. It's like, I mean, it is a lip sync, but it's not, it's like a Broadway show. It's like all planned out. It's like a Vegas show. It is a Vegas show. I was like, I'm not into this. So then I was like, okay, well, I'll watch Ghost. Okay, can I just tell you what is so crazy? So Ghost I watch on Paramount. I don't know if that's what channel it is, but I watch it on Paramount. Ghost is the new season of Ghost is the #1 show. The Ghost US show is the #1 show out of 15 shows this week. I mean, they show Amazon. They show Amazing Race. They show Survivor. They have The Pit. They have all of these, like, I mean, it's tons and tons of shows on Paramount. I think it's so crazy that that show is the #1 show. It was the #1 show when I went through yesterday. So I was like, I gotta get caught up with this show. So I watched the Halloween episode of season 2, which I think is like, I thought I was further along than I was, but it was like, it's when the maid comes down from heaven. So that was, and Hetty, like the Hetty's maid that cheated on with her husband. So that one, and then Samantha gets locked in the, anyway. Even if I say this to you, it won't ruin it, because like every episode kind of seems the same. I think I watched like 2 episodes, and then I mean, they're only like 21 minutes. I started the 3rd episode, and I was getting really tired. So I was like, go to bed while you're tired. Yeah, isn't it so crazy back in the day? Like, I could not fall asleep to save my life. But I know when I say that, I'll be like, I'll have a hard time falling asleep tonight. But do you remember that? Like, I could not fall asleep. I'm still taking naps, drinking coffee at night. I've been drinking more decaf. Last night I had a cup of decaf. So, but I never even really drank that much coffee late at night. But, so I know it wasn't the coffee, because my caffeine intake has not drastically changed, gone up, gone down, anything like that. I don't know, maybe the walking has been helping a lot. I don't know what it is, but I go to sleep and I like fall asleep right away. So I don't know what that is about, you know? I don't know what it is about. But yeah, so, and then today I got up and it's like, I got out of bed and I was like, okay, I want to start making some videos. I knew Alex had this all-day meeting today. So last night I said to him, what time do you think you'll get done? He said, between 4 and 5, but we might get done early. So I knew the chance of him coming home early was good. He didn't get home actually until like 5 after 5. But I was like, I knew that the chance of him getting done early was probably pretty good. So I was like, you got to start filming. So I started filming, and here's my animal list of names right here. Oh my God, the tripod fell. But I filmed on all of my channels. I am so proud of myself. And yeah, so I filmed on my drama channel, my Peterisms channel, my review channel, I need my reading glasses, my Peter Does Stuff channel, speaking of reading glasses, my TV channel, I did a Paradise review. Did I post it? Maybe I didn't post it. Maybe that's why I was like looking at it on here. No. Did I post it? Think twice. Just another day for you and me in paradise. Yes, I did post it. And then I did a booktube video. I did my review of Life as We Know It by Susan Beth Pfeiffer, whatever her name is. So yeah, I got a lot done today. And then I basically, I filmed it, and then I would upload it, film it, and upload it. I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit. And then when Alex came home, I just sat at the computer, and I had so I wear these headphones when he's sitting over there, he's watching a show. Well, he has AirPods in too, but I just wear these, so. Actually, Alex bought these for me. I think I showed this. He bought these for me years ago. So, you know, like, Jason is a drummer and a musician. Melissa's husband, Jason, knows a lot about, like, headphones and music and things like that at entertainment systems. So he recommended these to Alex as, like, some of the best headphones ever. And they are Bowers and Wilkins headphones. And I've had them so long now that I have duct tape on them. But yeah, these are the headphones that I listen to while I work. I don't know anything about this brand. Bowers and Wilkins. Should we look it up? I know nothing about it. You can hear my tambourine over there, couldn't you? Bowers and Wilkins. Oh, it pulls it right up. Headphones. Let's look and see. Those don't look like the headphones that I have. Those don't look like the headphones that I have. Ooh, they have pretty ones. Oh, they're not too expensive. $140. I mean, that's average compared to always. Save $140. How much are they for the PX8? These are fancy looking. Oh, those are nice. Oh, what's his name? Well, I can't think of his name. The soccer player that's married to David Beckham. He's their model for it. $559? Oh, no, ma'am. Are these wireless? Over-ear noise-canceling headphones. That's expensive for some headphones, isn't it? Or is it? I don't even know what... I haven't had any headphones in so long, so I don't even know how much headphones go for. Wireless speakers, headphones. Let's look at headphones that have... I've got that Other Day in Paradise stuck in my head. Oh, they've got all kinds of cute ones. They've McLaren ones. $7.99. What are those? What are you talking? $7.99. Oh, they got some that are $3.19. The P... I don't know what any of this means. Oh, they've got like so they're like a brand, like Beats or like AirPods and all that kind of stuff. Okay, because they've got those too. I might try those for my next pair that I get. They've got all kinds of earbuds. Oh, they've got all kinds. They don't even have the kind headphones anymore with the cords on it. So anyway, I sat here and then he went upstairs and he's watching Suits. And then tonight we're going to watch White Lotus. And we're going to watch... What did I say? We're going to watch White Lotus. And then we're going to watch... Oh, Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then I'm going to relax. Oh, walk and then do that. And then relax. And then tomorrow get up, film some videos. I'm not going to like be too stressed about it tomorrow because I got to leave here at 4:30. No, I've got to leave here at 5:15, but I got to start getting ready at 4:30 to get an Uber. So if I get one video or two videos filmed, and I'll probably film my vlog when I get back, is probably what I'll do. Because it'll be warm tomorrow, so I can film outside. It'll be dark outside to film that, though. Oh, well. I'll film it outside. So I probably won't stress about the vlog until after I get back. The last time that I did that was actually kind of nice to come home and then film my vlog afterwards. Even though I got stuff done late, it was kind of nice to like not have to, I mean, unless I get up super early tomorrow, then I'll obviously do all that before. But I don't want to, the last time that I went with Tanya and I usually like, I'm so worried about getting everything done before we leave. The last time that I just was kind of like, no, take a shower, relax, get ready. Like it works so much better for me. So I'm not going to stress out about it. But you know what is interesting is that I keep a list. So I keep lists of like, anyway, like I keep a check mark list of like all of my videos for like every month of how many videos I make on each of my channels. So every day I go through and like I do this little check mark thing. And so I keep a list of how many videos I made. I usually just keep it from the month before. But then I also keep these, where's it at? More of my organization. So I keep on like on here, like February 2025. And so then I have like vlog, drama channel, Peterism's channel, review. So I've got them all the way back to, I could have them back farther than that, April of last year. And I can go in here and I can see how many videos I made each month to kind of see like how productive I'm being and things like that. This month already, I've almost filmed more videos than I filmed last month on all of my channels. Like some of my channels, some of my videos, Where's my list that I had over here? Like, my booktube channel, I've already filmed more this month. My Peter Does Stuff channel, that can't be right. On my Peter Does Stuff channel, I filmed more this month than I did last month. No, that can't be right. Oh, today was the same amount. My review video, same amount. So I count it down. So this week, by the end of this week, I'll have filmed more videos on all my channels than I filmed last month. Isn't that crazy? And I've been more relaxed this month and like taking a little bit more easier and not stressed out about it. It's all because of the candle. I think the candle, I do love the candle, but now I just got the candle. From Annie, Dreamboat Annie. Do you guys remember that song? By heart, I love that song. But anyway, I think like me having a calmer approach to things and not just being like, like I think it works so much better for me. It's something new I'm trying out, just to have a calm approach. So if I get up tomorrow and I'm like, you know what, like, I didn't get anything, I got one video done or I didn't get any videos done, I'll film my vlog when I get back and it is what it is. Then we won't stress about it. Okay, so let's look on here. I want to go in here really quick and see my vlog. Let's go to my vlog. I'm going to read a few comments off of my vlog. My vlog of love. The vlog of love, the vlog of love. Okay. This mug, although beautiful, does not hold much heat. And I know when I say that, people are going to say you need to get one of those heating things. I probably should, but I won't. Okay. Here it is. Let's see what the comments are. Cauliflower. Is cauliflower the newest comment? No. It's Emily. Hey, Emily. She said, I love you, bye. I live. I have no idea what that means. Was that something I said to the animals or something? I don't know. Mandy put hearts. Hassie, it would be cool to just interview your neighbors. You know what? I've actually asked my neighbors if they would. My neighbor next door, she's been in quite a few of my videos. She's been in some of my vlogs lately and stuff like that. My neighbor next door, he just laughs when I say it. He's like, I mean, if you want me to. I was like, would you ever be in a video? She's like, oh yeah, what do you want to talk about? She's got a million things she wants to talk about. My neighbor in the corner, like her husband just laughs like he does, like they're real good friends. And then, but any of them would be in it. There's not really anybody that has said no. The gardener has said she would be on video, but she doesn't want her face shown, is what she said. She's like, I don't want anybody to like see me on, like, you know, she doesn't like herself in pictures and stuff like that. It's one of those things. Her husband's like, yeah, what do you want me to do videos about? Grilling? I said, we could do a video about grilling if you wanted to. And he's like, yeah, but I grill meat. You don't eat meat. And I go, well, I wouldn't have to eat it. We could just, you know, he was like, we could do a video about grilling. So anyway, but yeah, I've had a lot of people, like at the pool when they like find out, I mean, I never mention it. And then somebody, like one of my neighbors will bring up something like, oh, like he makes, you know, YouTube videos. And other people will be like, what do you make videos about? I've had other people be like, can I be in one of your videos? People ask me that all the time. I'm like, yeah, give me an idea and we'll put you in a video. You know, my friends always ask that and stuff like that. Well, there's a couple friends of mine. The thing is that even like, like my sponsor, she's always like, oh my God, I would love to be in a video with you and talk about, because people ask me a lot. Somebody just recently asked me, like, would you explain like step work? I mean, I could. I'm not an expert on the 12 steps just because I live it. And I think that there's a common philosophy about the 12 steps. And then I think that each individual person has their own perception of them. That's what I'll say about that. My sponsor is, I said, like, you know, I said people ask me a lot about inventory. She is like, she really knows how to do inventory. Like she's walked me through it, and her way of doing it, I mean, which is very by the book, but the way that she processes it is just so interesting. She's like, I'm more protective of other people than they care, if you want to know the truth. Like, she's like, oh yeah, I'll be in a video tomorrow. I mean, she would love to be in a YouTube video. But some of my friends, like my sober friends that I'm very close with, just as close as like Tanya and stuff like that, that I've really never shown in a video, or I've mentioned them as like a sober friend, but like I talk to them every single day and stuff like that. They don't really have, like they would love to be in a video. It just would be like, how would I all of a sudden explain that I know this person for I mean, people would put it together, and they aren't people that necessarily want their anonymity broken, if that makes sense. So it's like, if we got a video and I said, oh, this has been one of my closest friends, you guys would be like, Peter's never mentioned this person before, and this is one of his closest friends that he talks to every day. And you would, even if I didn't say that, you would get it by our interactions. And so then it would be like, and I've explained that to them. I'm more protective, you know, of other people. When I had people, the thing for me was when people were doxing Tanya's information or doxing other people's information. You know, I put so much of my stuff out there. It's one thing when it happens to me, but when it happens to people that didn't ask for it, they agreed to be in a video talking about the housewives or going to the store with me or something like that, but they didn't ask for their private information to look into. This is where when people say that stuff never happens to Peter, that's all lie, he makes it up, and yet they reference places where those things happened. I'm like, okay, well, you're part of it then. So, and then Tanya after that was like, and I actually didn't even know, because this was years ago that this happened. I didn't even know, because I don't go to those places. And so, but then one of my friends had told me from online that somebody mentioned it to them, and I had to tell Tanya, and she's like, I'm done being on video. I mean, that was years she wouldn't be on video. I mean, today she doesn't feel the same way, you know? But I'm very protective of people. You know, it's like, I'm really, really protective of my family and my friends and stuff like that, because just because I choose to be on video every day doesn't mean that they do, you know? And stuff like that. So Caroline doesn't care. Alex doesn't care. Tanya's really past caring, in all honesty. I mean, all of Alex, Tanya, Caroline, everybody's like, share whatever you want to share. I don't really care. I mean, I always ask people, you know, like, I'm like, do you care if I mean, it's interesting, like, some of the questions that I get on my vlog, and people will say, because there's so much that, like, I don't even ask people, because I know that it's just not my place to share it in a vlog. But it's interesting, like, questions that I'll get about things, and it's like, I mean, I don't ask every little thing, but, like, if it's a big issue, you know, I'm going to ask one of my friends, like, do you care if I mention this? Like, you know, when Mel's dog passed away, I said, Mel, do you care if I mention it in a video? She's like, no, not at all. She's like, you know, I don't care, you know? I always ask people about that stuff. I ask, if you're any of my friends that can contest to this. Nikki, actually, I know she watches the vlogs regularly. She can definitely contest to this. Because I have asked Nikki about, like, every medical procedure she's had. I'm like, do you care? She's like, I've shared it on my own Instagram. I've asked her about every little thing. I ask my friends constantly, do you care if I share this? And I'll ask them even if I don't ever share it, just because I don't want to slip. And I think that people think that, like, I share stuff that's not my place to share. There is so much that I never share. And I ask people constantly, every step of, like, anything to do with my family and friends, if I share it on here, I have approval to share it. Clearly. There's nothing that I ever share without asking, like, can I share this first? Or how would you like me to share? Or I'll be very brief about it or whatever. Like, I'm always really careful about that. So I think it's interesting that people are like, oh, Peter is, like, telling this person secrets. Not anything has ever ended up on this vlog that I haven't asked somebody, that I've talked about somebody else. I mean, I'm not talking about, like, oh, Tanya went and saw a movie last night. I wouldn't ask her for approval about that. But if it had something to do with something serious, unless it's like Caroline and Alex, and now Tanya too has said, I don't care, share what you want to share. But even then, even given that, with Alex, Tanya, Caroline, my sponsor, you know, the four most important people to me in my life, my dad and my stepmom, my dad and my stepmom, I'm real protective of. I mean, they're private people. I don't know that my dad really cares. I mean, he's 84, he'll be 85 this year. But it's like, I'm just really protective of people, you know, because I've seen, as much as people want to say that never happens, it has happened so much. And when I've talked to other people, they're like, it never happens to me. And I'm like, I don't know why it happens to the people that are around me. And it's kind of sad. It's like, I don't feel like I can always, like, anytime, oh, this is another thing. Like, anytime that I take a picture with somebody and I post it on Instagram, if I tag them, I'll say, do you care if I tag you? Because I can tell you within 30 seconds, there are going to be people that stalk my every move that will follow you. And what's interesting is that I'll post it and I'll tag them in it. This just happened when we were on Alex's birthday. I asked the people that I was with, I was like, do you care if they're like, I don't care if you tag me, whatever. And I think I removed one of the tags or something like that, because it was like in 5 minutes, somebody said, oh, somebody followed me. And I went and looked, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I don't, like, it's so intrusive to a point, like, you're following somebody that isn't even, like, that I took a trip with, that I don't even interact with on a daily basis. Like, why are you following this person? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And so to me, I have to be kind of protective of it. To me, it's almost, to be honest with you, it's almost kind of like the back of my hand. Like, I don't ever take a picture and post it without asking somebody if I can tag them in it first, or I'm very careful about taking pictures. Like, I'll say to people, like, I don't want to be in this picture, or I don't want to be in that picture, blah, 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 whatever, because I know this person doesn't want their picture out, so I won't be in that picture. Then people will say, well, why isn't Peter in this picture? Well, it's because I didn't want everybody else to not take a picture, and so with me being in it, it's all this kind of stuff. When any of my friends have medical issues, or family members have medical issues, or partners do, I don't ever really share much of that stuff. You know, I don't even share a lot of it that pertains, I mean, I share mostly what's going on, but I don't share a lot of it, because I have to be protective of, if it touches anybody else's life around me, I have to be very, very careful. It's a weird way to live, and to be honest with you, I don't know many influencers, and I don't consider I hate that word, but I'm just using it in context of this, whether they're on TikTok, Instagram, that do live that way. They post whatever they want to post, you know? But I have to be careful of it, because there are people that look into every single area of my life, and it's bizarre. It's bizarre. And if you don't believe that's stalking, then look up the definition of stalking, because that's literally the definition of stalking. When you're following family members of mine that I haven't mentioned but maybe 3 times in a video, or you're following friends of mine that I took a picture with 1 time, or something like that. I mean, it's bizarre, okay? Or know things about me that I mentioned 1 time in a vlog 3 years ago, and it's bizarre. And so I have to live this very weird way, you know? But yeah, like Caroline and Alex and Tanya, and, you know, everybody's like, share whatever you want to share. I don't care. You know, let's live out loud, share it, you know? But even then, I'm still careful about it, you know? Because I think, like, and with myself also, there's a lot that, there's so much that I do share, but then there's so much that I don't share, you know? It's interesting, like, when I talk to people, like other YouTubers and things like that, and I'll share something, and they'll be like, I did not know that whatsoever. And they're like, you've never talked about, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot that I don't share online. They're like, you've never even mentioned anything about that online. And I'm like, no, not at all. And they're like, but that's a huge part of your life. And I'm like, yeah, it is a huge part of my life. And nobody knows anything about it, because I don't talk about it at all, because I'm very protective of certain things in my life. And I think that I have to have that, you know? I let people in so much. I love to share about my life. I would love to share all of it. I would love to post pictures and tag everybody. I would love to do that, but I have to be protective of the people around me, you know? I have to be. So it just is the way it is, you know? How did I get off all of that from this? What comment did I read? Oh, about my interview with my neighbors. Yeah, but I'm real protective of my neighbors too. It's like, you know, if like one of them is like in the back of my video while I'm filming it, and I see it, I'll immediately text them and be like, do you care if I mention this? You know, like the other day, like before when she's walking down the street, I see her before she's coming. I'll be like, do you want to be in a video? If she said no, I would stop the camera, and I'd say, okay, I'm going to stop the camera for a second, you know? I'm not going to put somebody in the camera. If I see somebody in there, I've asked them if they care if they're in the back of the camera. You know, like nobody cares. They really don't. So all my neighbors would probably be interviewed. The only one that doesn't want to be on camera is my neighbor across the street. But she's like, she'll do all the tours and everything like that. She loves it. And you guys are so kind to her about her garden. She loves that. She gets such a kick out of that. Oh, this is interesting. Hassie said, I'm not a fan of Buff City soaps, but my husband received it as a gift. That's interesting you said that, because so many people are talking about the cleaning detergent and other things. People are talking, oh, the battery went to the halfway mark. I was chilling thinking about the geese showing up in his yard. Your neighbors are going to start to think you've started a game of Jumanji. Teresa said, my favorite line from Don't Tell Mom Babysitter's Dead is, the dishes are done, man. I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I just remember that. We'll get right on it, Rose. Savannah said she has a little water bowl for her bunnies. Oh, I've got to put that water bowl out there. A couple of people said leaving food on the ground will attract rats. Okay, I think this is interesting because a couple people said this. Oh, the battery's flashing. I'll have to go get another battery and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Replaced battery and all. What I was going to say about the rats, the batteries. A couple people commented about rats and saying that if I leave food on the ground, rats will come. I have never, I don't know if maybe this is like where certain people live. I'm sure we have rats in this area. I'm sure we do. I have seen almost every kind of animal in this neighborhood. I've seen coyote late at night because we used to be freaked about the dogs with the coyotes. I've seen fox, you know, I've seen a lot of deer in our neighborhood and stuff like that. Just standing right in somebody's yard, a deer will be out there. I've seen everything. I've seen mice in our yard. I've seen them, you know, in our house, in the driveway. I've seen everything. I have never seen a rat in this neighborhood. Never. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I've never seen it. I'm sure if you leave food out that rats might come around, but I don't know that leaving bird food, maybe, I don't know. I'm not worried about it. If rats come over and they eat from underneath that tree, at least somebody's eating it, is all I'm gonna say. I'm not real worried about rats. I have not. Maybe it's because, I don't know. I mean, we have like drains and stuff. I'm sure rats live down there. I just haven't ever really seen, I've seen a rat in life, like, you know, and stuff like that. I've never really seen like a rat anywhere in our neighborhood, you know, nowhere. I haven't seen any rats in here. So I'm trying to think, like, I don't think I've ever seen a rat in this neighborhood, you know, never. Which is, we have drainage ditches, we have things like that. So, but it's interesting that you say that if you leave food down, it attracts geese. But I don't know. Like, I'm not even going to look it up. If a rat comes and eats the food and we start having mass amounts of rats, then I won't leave food down anymore. But I'm not too concerned about it right now. Somebody said, the same person said, you need some actual bird and squirrel feeders. Yes, I've actually been looking into that. I looked at it last night. Where's my phone? So I've looked up some water bowls that I want, some bird feeders last night. These stone bird feeders that I really, really like. Here, I will show you. So yeah, these are the stone bird feeders I found. They're kind of expensive, so I'm gonna put the stone water feeders. I also have bird feeders and stuff on here. Oh, here is pictures of the geese in our front yard. There's Gertrude right there. So I'm just going to make this really, really clear about the animal venture. Where's the light going? Okay, the animal adventure of feeding the squirrels and stuff like that. So I talked about the hummingbird thing, okay? I can't tell you how many direct messages I got from the hummingbird thing. When I originally talked about it, people were like, make your own, okay? And they said, use just sugar and water, boil it, the exact recipe it said. Then I turned around and I said that in the video. Yesterday, I can't even tell you how many DMs, probably 10 at least, about what to put in my hummingbird feeder. I think I got 4 different brands of hummingbird feeder. Some people said you should use a red dye when it said it's not safe for hummingbirds. Other people said don't use, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to look it up and make sure that it's safe, okay? And I appreciate your suggestions, but I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I am looking for bird feeders and squirrel feeders. I am looking for that. I've been looking into, but I'm going to tell you I'm probably going to do something wrong and get one, and somebody's going to be like, that's not hung high enough. That's hung too low. That's not the kind of, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I am researching it as I go. I'm not going to be negligent about it, but on any of these different subjects, I can tell you, and Margaret Wrinkle actually discusses this in The Comfort of Crows, because she's part of these nature groups, and so she talks about it. There's different opinions about all these things. So please just be gentle with your comments if I do some things wrong. But I appreciate this. I am going to buy squirrel and bird feeders. I'm looking for them. I have 1 bird feeder in the garage. So, and I don't have any bird feed right now whatsoever. I'm kind of like waiting until it's a little bit warmer outside to get that. So, but thank you. Okay, somebody said, we had to stop buying squirrel feed and go to the peanuts. They make untreated animal grade peanuts I saw that. Animal grade peanuts for squirrels, and then birds won't steal the squirrel food. And yes, move it to the tree, not the ground. Your squirrel friends will eat better from the trees. Better. Okay. But then somebody said, like, this is where I'm talking about. Somebody said put peanut butter on it and then put the things. But then I read somewhere online that peanut butter is not good for squirrels, or certain kinds of peanut butter aren't good for squirrels anymore. So I don't know what to do. Somebody said, I just started reading Elsie Silver's Chestnut Spring series. Peter, genuine question. Are you interested in reading wildly detailed heterosexual smut? Because that is exactly what you get reading. Not really, but I'd be open to reading at least 1 or 2. That being said, I'm about 80% through Flawless Book 1. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 so far, just because okay, this is not going to be my #1 book. As she recommended it to me, I'll keep it on a list. But I really want to read the, but I appreciate your honesty about this because that's making me think twice about it. But I have so many thrillers. I have 500, over 500, 505 or something like that, probably more now, unlistened to audiobooks, which is ridiculous. So I'm not trying to like read a book that I'm not super interested in, if that makes sense. But I have it on a list that I keep of people recommending books to me. She and I are going to read those alien ones, Barbarian, Aliens, whatever, because we think that'll be kind of funny and fun to talk about. The other ones, I can't remember what they're called, but I am going to try those. But thank you for that suggestion. I appreciate it. And the review. Lucy said, I believe Buff City soap is national. I live in Georgia and we have one here. I love Buff City soap. The Narcissist and Commando scents are my favorite. Somebody else said that the Narcissist scent was their favorite, which I think it's interesting they even have one called that. Somebody said, Beth said, I live in Indiana. Hey, Indiana. And we had a pigeon with a nest outside my work flower shop. And every time any of us went outside cooler to get more flowers, she would fly at us to protect her nest. Her name was Patricia. I love that so much. Somebody said I should suggest the picnic basket idea to Cafe Patashu. I think it's a cute idea, don't you? Christina said, we have an outside summer theater performance in the evenings and most people bring food and drink. If pre-made baskets were made, I'm sure they would be a hit. I have a feeling, I feel like there's a service here in Indianapolis where you can get like picnic baskets made of any food from any place that you want it delivered. I can't remember what it's called, but I feel like that it already exists. Somebody said, it's giving Disney princess. The animals are flocking to you. I love it. Sally said, OMG, I also live for how you introduce Gertrude and Gary. Oh, because I went like this. Your whole front yard and walkway will be full of slippery, disgusting goose poop. Put the food and feeders and not on the tree and ground. There are decoys that geese are scared of you can also put out. I don't want to make the geese scared. Somebody said something about like you never rode on the bike. We didn't have geese in our neighborhood when I was growing up as a kid. So no, I didn't get like chased on a bike as a kid on a bike, but by geese. But in the neighborhood, sometimes when they're walking down, they'll like walk after people and stuff. That's why the neighborhood has such huge issues with geese. So yeah, I'm not too worried about the goose poop. Although I think there's a little bit out there already. Anyway, but thank you. I won't slip and slide on the poop. Sally said, talking about the ferns, I said, she's not dead by any means, but she's struggling. Girl, me too. Farrah, me too. Christy said, oh my God, this candle smells so good. Christy said, I want a bird bath and feed her so bad. My aliens would love watching, she means her cats, would love watching from their window. Thanks for the vlog. Love you. Love you too. Prissy said, they are probably on their way to your pond. That's probably their summer home. So they are just passing through. Maybe. I don't understand the comment about the parody in the movie. It's worth a watch. It's a comedy horror. It's funny. Maybe I'll watch it. Prissy Kitty said, hey Peter, I sent you over to Instagram a squirrel feeder that we use around here. So I got it. I screenshot it. Thank you. Anytime you guys send me something like that, like a recommendation for a squirrel feeder, a bird feeder, and something like that, I screenshot it. Well, so many comments about the geese. I knew they'd steal the show. Show stealer. Buff City soap. The alliteration naming is strong. Oh, always. Are you talking about the animal names? Gertrude and Gary Geese. Always. I do all that with always with animal names. Well, not with our pets, but whenever I do that, it's always got to be like Sally the Squirrel, you know, or Well, I guess Lady Bunny, it's not, but it also should be like a funny name. Like people are like Bun Bun. I'm like, that's cute, you know. But what's cute? Like somebody said their pigeon's name was Patricia. Like that's hilarious, right? Like I love that. But what's a better name for like a bunny rabbit? Like, well, this isn't alliteration, but like Deborah the rabbit. Like that's funny, right? Like that's funny. Oh, I love it. But what would be like a good, let's look up bunny names that start like old-timey names. Old-timey names that start with B. Let's look them up and see. Barbara, that was the first one. Well, I've used her name so much the last couple days, poor Barbara. Belinda. I think of Belinda, what's the one that was in the Go-Go's? Carlisle. More items. Is Belinda really an old-timey name? Probably because I'm so older, like, okay. Bianca, Bethany. I'll know it when it hits me. Brianna, Bridget, Bianca, Brianny, Bailey, Bellamy, Billy, Blair, Blake, Bowie, Brooks. Old-fashioned names. Belinda, Belle, Benedict, Benjamin, Bennett, Bernadette. Bernadette, the bunny would not be fun. Would be Bertha. Well, not really for a bunny. Betty. Betty the bunny might be good, but if there's Betty and Bean, I can't use that. Blanche. Blanche the bunny. That Beulah the bunny. That is so good. Fantasy name starting with B. I don't even know how to pronounce them. It's a Balthazar. Balthazar Getty. Is he still around anymore? Okay. Somebody said, I almost ordered the fat rabbit to be delivered at the IU Natatorium pool yesterday. It was $20 through DoorDash, and I thought I might not be able to finish it. It's a big sandwich. I'll know. I don't know. I think it's $15 on the menu. So $20 for DoorDash is not bad, actually. I'll know for next year to make that substitution. My daughter performed her synchronized swimming trio there. I love that. Okay, I'll end on this. Do you want to know a little funny story about the Natatorium? Okay, so at the IUPUI campus, which I think is now like just Indiana University or anyway, but it's where they used to do like I think they used to do like the pre-Olympic trials there or something. It's like this huge natatorium, like swimming thing. They used to do diving there and all this kind of stuff. But like if you went to school at IUPUI, you could like have a swimming pass and go swim like laps and stuff like that. Well, my dad back in the day was on the board of the IU Med Center, so he sat on the board for years. I mean, I think it was like 30 years. He sat on the board of IU Med Center. So it was basically like adjunct faculty to the IU medical school. So he had like a pass at the natatorium. So when I was a little kid, I don't know that I probably have shared this story at some point, but I don't know when I would have shared it. So when I was a little kid, like on Saturdays and Sundays when I was with my dad for the weekend, it was after my parents got divorced that he did this. We would go to the natatorium and we would swim, and the laps are really long. I mean, they're like Olympic laps. Like they have these things in the middle of them, so people are swimming, and people just swim laps there for exercise. And I can remember my dad and I would go there, and I loved it because the natatorium is so deep. It's like super, super deep. Now, you would think, I love pools, okay? You would think that I would be really scared because of like sharks and stuff, but I was swimming next to my dad because we would be like in one lane together. And there were so many people, there would be like 10 people there on like a Sunday or Saturday morning. But we would be there for like an hour, and I can remember, oh my God, I can still smell the smell of the natatorium. It's funny that you brought it up, because it's one of my favorite memories from my dad, is like swimming at the natatorium with him. The way that I learned to swim as a little kid was, well, basically my parents were both big swimmers, and so they just put me in, the pool and started swimming. But my dad, to get me to learn how to breathe underwater, I mean, obviously I was young, I was too young, I don't remember this, but he would put my arms around his neck, and then he would like dive under the water, come up, dive under the water. He would say, okay, hold your breath, and then he'd dive under the water. And that's how I learned how to swim, was from my dad. And my dad actually learned how to swim at gravel pits. They would like jump off into gravel pits and swim and stuff like that, because gravel pits are like, there's a lot of them in Indiana. But isn't that so funny? Both of my parents are huge swimmers, so... But I can remember like the smell, the real chlorinated smell of the natatorium. I can see it in my head, like the tiles that you would walk on and all this kind of stuff. I always thought that was so cool because you would see it like on, sports events and stuff like that. And then to be able to go there and swim in the pool. I think we did that for like 2 or 3 years. It was really fun. We would go there, and then he would go do rounds and stuff like that. I'm like, maybe we did that on Saturdays, and he would do rounds after that. Maybe we did that rounds first and then we went there. I don't remember. But that was fun. We would do that like every weekend that I was with him. It was really fun. Good memories. All right, well, I'm going to get off here now. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Monday and a fantastic beginning to your week. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.